Hello viewers, part 1 of Structures in Wreckage south of Lamont on Mars. My name is Jean, thanks for joining me again. We're analyzing this high-rise photograph called High-Latitude Patterned Ground. I'll include the link in the description below. This photograph was acquired on the 19th of October 2007 at a resolution of 25 centimeters per pixel. And I'll be showing you images cropped from a JP2 black and white map projected file. This is a crop from the low-res JPEG showing the so-called dark patterns located on Mars at 63.3 degrees south, 244.42 degrees east. And it's in this area that I've covered in my past 2 videos, showing rather flat terrain, and these are the dark areas we are taking a look at when we examine these anomalies. So the first one, and as always you can use the scale indicator bottom right to get the approximate size of these objects. So the first one is about 12 meters tall by about 6 meters wide. And next to it seems to be some megalithic blocks, so let's zoom in on that area. Check at the flat smooth surface on that one side, and then the strange geometry in this shape, possibly partially buried in sand and dust. You've got a well defined edge as well, and a 90-degree angle over there. And then these 2 blocks, rectangular in shape. This one's got nice smooth surfaces, flat sides, and 90-degree angles in those blocks. Next anomaly right there in the center of the screen. And down here, what looks like a top of a fossilized shell or something. But let's zoom in on this structure, which is about 10 meters in diameter, and on top of the surface we have 3 equally sized and spaced into a triangular pattern. These could be knobs or features. Another one of these triangular pieces of wreckage, maybe a piece of a megalithic block or slab. That's about 9 meters tall by about 4 meters wide. You can see straight edges and 2 very smooth surfaces. And on the top of this one surface looks like there might be some type of pattern, or maybe even type of glyphs. The other object right there in the center of the screen again, a partially buried circular structure or object, and this is about 7 or 8 meters in diameter. It seems to be lying on this rectangular piece, and what looks like a dome there in the center. I'm not sure if this is a complete disc or if this is a partial disc, this part being buried with a rectangular shape, so like a tombstone type of object, an artifact. Next object right there in the center again, and this one's about 8 meters across, and we got 2 dark spots on the center line, quite symmetrical, so I'm not sure if these are small domes or knobs, almost the same size. And then another one of these rather strange anomalies that could be wreckage, some type of machinery, even part of a structure, and that's about 14 or 15 meters long, about 5 meters wide. Got a nice rounded part to it here, partially lifted off the Martian surface, and then an oblong feature or part in the center, and then to this one side. This grabbed my attention, this square piece that's been hollowed out, or there's a square indentation, maybe even here on this side, also partially covered in dust and sand, and looks like some arrangement or pattern of blocks in a sort of a semicircular pattern, and next to it we've got what looks like another one of these disc-shaped objects, and this disc is about 10 meters in diameter, and one of these blocks is sitting on the top. Check that out. Rather strange. Look at the nice arc. More weird objects here with what look like domes or knobs or features on them. Let's zoom in on this one, and that's about 10 meters in diameter. We've got like a delta or V-shaped part to it in the center, and then on the front of the rounded arc we've got what looks like a rectangular slot, so partially lifted off the surface. So could this be some type of entranceway or vent over here? Another one of these strange looking objects. This one's also about 8 by 10 meters, and this looks like it could be bent metal. Check out the bend over here, and then looks as if this piece has been torn open, some type of wreckage perhaps, and even here next to it we've got an odd piece as well. More strange objects. This is about 10 meters high by about 4 meters wide. This is 10 by 10 meters approximately. Got a rectangular object next to the square object, and on top we got some strange looking parts. Here we've got a little pyramidal feature. I'm not sure what this could be. It's like a C shape, and it's got some more body to it, like this dark grey material. There looks like a little dome, and that looks as if it could be some type of opening perhaps, and on top of it you've got a long narrow part. More strange structures over here. Another megalithic block up there. Now let's check out these two objects next to each other. This is about 10 by 12 meters, 12 by 10 meters. Check at the smooth flat surfaces of these two objects. Got a triangular object there, almost symmetrical, with a dome-like feature in the center, and on either side two equally sized parts. And then on this one we've got a triangular area here that's been carved out, but coming out of it we got this strange triangular piece, and it's got an arc to it, definitely attached to this block. Not quite sure what that could be either. More of these weird objects with a feature or knob in the center. This one's about 6 meters across. And we've got this long, narrow, oblong piece, or perhaps that's an opening over there on that right-hand side. Also partially raised on this side. Check out these two artifacts. First one up there. This is about 10 meters across. And also a very smooth, flat surface. Rounded edge, and then some type of part in the top, just off the center, and what looks like a piece of pipe bent into a right angle over here, and a strange sphere or dome on the side here. This be some type of wreckage again. And then this object, also about 8 or 9 meters across, straight edges, almost like a hexagon shape, partially buried, and two strange pieces on the top, almost in a U shape. There's a slot running through there. Let's see, that slot's about 1/2 meter wide, so you could actually walk through here. These things are huge. Another triangular piece. This one's about 7 meters long, about 3 or 4 meters wide. Nice flat smooth surface with straight edges, almost symmetrical. Another one of these objects with a little dome on it. And this one's about 10 meters across. Check it, the little dome in the center. Straight edge running through here. And then it looks like a beveled edge, rounded edge here. Also, could this be another entranceway? Another one of them up there. But check out this long, narrow piece. This is about 15 or 16 meters long by about 4 meters wide. It looks like a rounded, disc-shaped object. Standing up on its edge, partially buried, and it's got like a convex rounded shape to it. More strange, I don't know, it could be either megalithic or some type of wreckage. It looks like it could be a piece of pipe, but let's check size. That's about 12 meters long. This piece looks like a straight pipe, and then it bends down at an angle. A little ball lying over here. Another strange piece in the one side here. Is that maybe parts of a machine? And then this disc, or let's rather call it square, flat, slab-like material about 10 meters across, with 3 equally sized and spaced rounded spheres or features in a triangular pattern. Also in the center, and this looks like a pile of junk. Also a bit noisy, this photograph, a little bit out of focus, so I struggled to get some definition. Check at these strange shapes. There's like a chevron shape there. Looks like a pile of rubbish. This over here looks like a triangular object with a dome on the top. Some nice clear areas of the photograph, so let's zoom in on this, and that's about 12 meters long, about 8 meters wide, a nice flat surface, and then on top this long narrow piece. Could it be part of this object, or is it partially buried in the sand and sticking out over this larger object? And next to it looks like some type of part, like an S-shaped part. This be an opening. Another megalithic block, some design to it, and that's about, let's see, 14 meters across. Check at the design, straight edge there, 90-degree angle. It's got this nice arc to it, in two rounded sides, and this seems to be carved into the one side like steps. Here's another one on top, and then another one of these hexagon shapes partially buried, also raised off the surface on the right hand side, and over there it looks like a sphere or a dome, and maybe an opening here. So let's check. That sphere is about 2 meters, 1.5 meters in diameter. One of these strange square objects with a part right in the center. This one's about 10 meters across. Now, could this be a crashed craft? Because I see some geometry and symmetry in this object. And then what looks like, it's like an arch. Don't know how else to explain it. It's maybe an opening over here, also partially raised off the surface. Or is that another type of underground entrance with a vent, an opening? Check out this object. This is about 12 meters or 10 meters long, about 10 meters wide. And we've got a square feature or knob in the center. Going to look at these two, checking out this anomaly first, sort of plectrum shaped anomaly. That's about 12 meters across, so partially raised off the surface, straight edges. It seems to bend down here at 90 degrees, then an oblong dome-like feature in the center. In this arrangement of objects, even that there next to it, a nice smooth surface, little sphere on it. But let's check this out. So this is about 15 meters across, and got 3 maybe knobs or features or parts in the center, and this looks like another one of these sort of chevron shapes, some symmetry and geometry in this part. Could this be top of an opening. Check out this space between these. Let's see how wide that is. It's about 2 meters wide, this gap. Don't know what to make of that either. Check out this. I speculate this could be convex shaped megalith. Maybe it broke off another piece. But this is about 20 meters long by about 8 meters wide. A bit bigger than that megalithic block, pregnant women of Baalbek, Lebanon, here on Earth. So this is a huge artifact. Look at the rounded side, very geometric, this arc, and then it's got this convex shape to it, the ridge line running through the top, bevel, and then on top here, long narrow, maybe that's a glyph or a pattern. As I said, I don't know if that possibly broke off another piece. And then this area down here, with this object about 5 meters across, and it seems to be carved out. This rounded part to it seems to be carved out, concave shape, and maybe over there with like a flattened dome or sphere. But check out this little piece sticking out here again, almost like a little winglet. And then I don't know what this could be either. It's a little winglet on the side here. Not that it is, just don't know what else to compare these things to. It also looks as if this piece might be bent down into this part. One of these anomalies, the feature or knob in the center. This one's about 8 meters across, and I'm not sure if that there is a flattened dome, if this is just a hole. Also seems as if something is sticking out over the edge to be that long narrow piece. Looks like that could be a hole. Very strange object. And then this one, like a speech bubble shape. That's about 8 meters across. Check it, this rounded piece coming around, and then this 90-degree angle I've cut into it, and then a small dome-like feature or knob in the center as well. Is this some type of craft perhaps? Almost like that alien craft in Prometheus. This piece coming around. So let's go over to Google Earth Mars. Check out that area. Southern Hemisphere, and it's located in this high-rise photograph. High-Latitude Patterned Ground Sample. There's some of the anomalies we looked at. And there's Lamont, which is a circular depression. And it's in this area where I found similar anomalies. Check that out there. And then over here, those two look like crashed saucer shaped objects. And then the last video I did with these square structures, I don't know what those could be. And then let's have a look at the topography. Very smooth terrain, and these dark patterns in which we find most of these anomalies. So with that being said, I've reached the end of this video. I hope you found it informative and interesting. Do stay tuned for part 2, which should be published within the next day or so. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye for now.